Good afternoon, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this afternoon, St. Catherine men freed of gun charges. Two men who were arrested and charged 2 years ago for an illegal firearm found in one of their homes were freed of gun charges. Tyrone Foster and Nicholas Davis were found not guilty of illegal possession of firearm and ammunition after the judge on Monday upheld no case submissions made on their behalf by their lawyers, Kemar Robinson and Denise Hinson, respectively. The men were among 6 men arrested on July 8 at Davis's Southborough Portmore St. Catherine home after police went to a house on a targeted operation and allegedly found a weapon in a clothes basket. Foster, who was staying at the house following an earlier fire at his home, was allegedly seen by police standing in the house with a weapon in his hand before the gun was reportedly found in the basket. During the trial, the police witness testified that he stayed behind the grill on the veranda and saw Davis with a gun through a 1-inch pane of glass in the front door. The officer said when he went inside, he found the weapon inside the basket beside Davis. The police witness said he was able to see as the light was turned on after he went to the premises at 4 a.m. and knocked. His colleague, however, testified that he went there at 6 a.m. and was aided by natural light. The weapon which was reportedly found was tested and found to contain both the men's DNA. The alleged weapon that was found was inscribed with WA, but one of the officers testified that he wrote WH on it. The trial also heard from the scene of crime officer that he was called to process a gun found in Old Harbor, and further that the officer submitted 19 rounds to the lab, even though the gun had a 17-round capacity magazine. Additionally, the gun that was exhibited was full black, but the officer testified that the weapon that he found was black and chrome. During her submissions, Hinson questioned the officer who had taken all 6 men's DNA about the method used. The officer, who had labeled all the samples using letters of the alphabet, could not tell the court how she was able to say which sample belonged to which defendant, as she did not take any notes. She also could not explain why the DNA samples were taken to the laboratory 1 month later and under what conditions they were stored. Robinson, in his submission, argued that the court could not say for certain whether the weapon exhibited was the weapon that the police said they found. Worker uses customer's card to shop online. A Starbucks employee was fired after stealing a customer's bank card details and using it to spend $30,000 on online retailer Shein. The woman, who appeared in the Kingston and the St. Andrew Parish Court on Wednesday, pleaded guilty to 2 counts of simple larceny and was given 2 years of probation after repaying the money. The prosecutor explained that the complainant accidentally dropped her bank card while making a purchase. Another customer took it up and placed it on the counter. The accused then took up that card from the counter, placed it in the cash machine drawer, took it back out. It was observed that she took pictures of both the front and the back of the card and then put it back in the machine, the prosecutor said. 6 days later, the complainant received the receipts for unauthorized online purchases. Senior Parish Judge Sancha Burrell expressed the shock at the use of the stolen funds. "No, not Shein. The supermarket or the pharmacy. No man, you never get a receipt from Shein. Is food a ticket to buy?" she said. "I want to know how much more people's cards she take. You've been around long enough to know that stealing is a bad thing. My concern about you is that your behavior is that of a thief, because you knew exactly what to do. It's not the first you're doing this, but you got caught this time," she added. The accused, who claims she had no prior criminal record, shared that she had previously worked at a call center and a preparatory school. She admitted to achieving only 1 C-Sec subject, but revealed the plans to begin cosmetology school in January. "I did EDPM because I like computers," she said, prompting Burrell to interject. "No, but that's not the problem now. You like computers. That's why you're getting in trouble. If you like computers, you have to be responsible. After restitution was made in full, the judge issued a probation order and a stern warning. I think that people steal the way that you stole is always going to be tempted. And you know what they say about yielding to temptation? You now have a criminal record. We have to watch out for you. Man allegedly hit in face for begging money. A St. James man who reportedly hit another man in his face for asking a third party for money had his bail extended following his appearance in the St. James Parish Court on Wednesday. Kenneth Campbell pleaded not guilty to the charge of assault occasioning bodily harm when he appeared before presiding parish judge Natisha Fairclough Hilton. Allegations are that on August 9, the complainant was at Lightbody Avenue in Montego Bay asking another person for money when Campbell intervened and ordered him to stop. Campbell then hit the complainant in his face, causing bruising and swelling. The complainant reported the incident to the police, but a few days later, he was accosted by Campbell, who reportedly threatened him. The complainant subsequently pointed out Campbell to the police, and Campbell was arrested and charged. "Do you have a lawyer, sir?" the clerk of court asked Campbell after the allegations were outlined. "No, I don't want a lawyer," Campbell replied. The court was also told that the prosecution's case file is complete, but that the medical certificate needs to be prepared in a specific prescribed form to be added. It was also disclosed that the complainant had gone to a private doctor after the alleged incident. Case management is set on December 11, 2024. That is when you come back to court and a fingerprint order is made. Your bail is extended until then, Fairclough Hilton told Campbell. "Respect our manners," Campbell replied briefly before being directed out of the courtroom. Principal not in favor of suggestion for education officers to tackle truancy. President of the Jamaica Association of Principals of Secondary Schools, Lynn Vernwright, does not believe Prime Minister Andrew Holness's suggestion of deputizing education officers as truancy officers will effectively address the issue of children not attending schools. Speaking on Sunday at the Jamaica Labour Party's annual conference, Mr. Holness said truancy officers will examine school registers to identify students who are not attending schools and visit their homes to get them to return to the classroom. But in an interview with the news, Mr. Wright said the issue of truancy would be better managed with social workers.
That kind of situation where a child doesn't come to school on time is something that's already being dealt with by the guidance counselors. What is happening is that many of the counselors cannot find these children. And what would make more sense is for the government to keep education officers assisting schools and helping us to improve instruction and employ social workers now who can investigate these matters from a standpoint of their understanding of the social circumstances of the children. Because many children who are not coming have all kind of social and emotional issues. Why many of them are not coming? Yesterday, for example, I had boys who were at a house close by. We realized they weren't coming, but the parents were sending them, but they weren't here. That's why they weren't present. So all I'm saying is that we just need to be careful as to who does this kind of thing. For example, my education officer has maybe about 7 or 8 schools. That's over 10,000 children for one person to be dealing with. And maybe a truancy rate of maybe 5%. You look at 5% of 10,000. Right, that's a number of persons for one person.
Gun seized along Michael Manley Boulevard, gas tanker driver arrested. A fuel tanker truck driver was arrested after he was discovered in possession of a loaded gun at a traffic stop along Michael Manley Boulevard in Kingston. His identity is being withheld pending further investigation. The Elletson Road Police say that about 7 a.m., cops in the area observed the driver allegedly committing breaches under the Road Traffic Act. The motorist was told to stop. When he complied, the driver began to act in a manner that aroused suspicion. The vehicle was searched and a Glock pistol along with a magazine containing 69mm cartridges was allegedly found. The driver was subsequently arrested and taken into custody. Guys, thank you for watching. See you this evening at 6 p.m. for another news update.